Welcome to the Beautiful Beau YouTube channel. We are going to give everyone a quick second to get here, and then we're going to get started. So y'all just chill out and enjoy Anita for a few minutes, you feel me? All right. Y'all come on in the room, come on in the room, come on in the room. All right, I'm giving y'all a few more minutes to get in here. If you want to be able to comment, you need to log in and come to the YouTube live link, okay? If you want everybody to see your comments, you're going to need to be, oh, I see you in here now. Make sure you come to the YouTube live link. That way you can comment and everybody can see your comment and you all can dialogue amongst yourselves as well as with me. I will have this running on IG Live as well. You know, I can't promise I'm going to be reading y'all comments on IG, okay? But we're going to see what we can do. Okay, IG. When you get in the room, say what's up. When you get in the room, say what's up. We're giving the come latelys a chance to get in here because, you know, we're not trying to backtrack on what we're saying, you know. We need them to understand the full context and to be able to catch on and pick up where we're talking from. Now, if you're on IG Live, I can't be standing up the iPad, okay? So you're going to see me sideways for a little second. All right? Okay. Wonderful. While we waiting, we got a few more people in here. We about to get started. Take this time. Listen to me now. Take this time to go pour your little drink. Okay, get your little sip. You know, get your little sip. If you know you and your woman or your partner already don't agree on the financial setup, before we get to talking, pour his or her ass a sip too. Pour her one now. Get your weed, your blunt, your vape, whatever you do. Sage, I don't care what it is. Get it so we can sit on down to the table, all right? So I'm going to give y'all one more minute to get all your shit. Get all your shit. And make sure you guys comment and follow along with the video inside of the chat. I see y'all in here. Okay, we here. Okay. Because I'm going to be reading your comments as I'm talking. And also, really quick, you should see on my screen a hotline number. That's the hotline. That's the hotline, y'all. I'm going to answer that call when you feel like you got too much shit to type and you don't want nobody judging your grammatical errors and shit. I'm going to allow you guys to call that number and I'm going to put you on speakerphone, okay? Now don't get on the phone and just start ranting and shit. I'm going to have some questions for you before you start talking so we can understand your perspective and where you're coming from. All right? But shit, I think it's time for us to get this started. Let's go ahead and get this rolling, y'all. All right. For those of you that are here, welcome to the Beautiful Beau's YouTube channel. And the Beautiful Beau is presenting the Preezy Dating Chronicles, okay? I'm here to give you all of the bad advice you can handle. But because, I don't want you to just listen to me and come back and tell me nothing, we're doing this on YouTube Live. That way you guys can get some insight from other viewers and other individuals who are interested in the topics that we're going to be talking about in this series. This is episode 1, y'all. This is episode 1. What I want y'all to do right now is hit the subscribe button if you got a YouTube page, okay? Subscribe. Everything I post will not be live. So if you want to be notified, hit that little bell. So that way, whenever I do come on here and post some bullshit, you'll know. And you can come listen for yourself. All right. Now that we are all here today, the reason why I chose this particular topic is because I'm in 5, 6, 7, 11 Facebook groups. And this is often something that is posted for feedback. And basically, it's either the lesbians out here saying, who should pay the bills? Or it's a bunch of women saying that, men supposed to pay the bills. So I figured we should just come on in the room and talk about it, okay? So I'm going to give my opinion, not so much, but just a little bit. And I feel like, number one, let's just start from the top. Number one, if you work a job, meaning like whether you go somewhere on somebody else's job or you have a business at home and you bring in money. We ain't talking about no aspirations and shit. No. If you make some money, you bring in some money, then you need to help pay some fucking bills. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just put that out there. You need to help pay some fucking bills. Let me just say that. So, now that you know where I stand a little bit, I'm going to read something to y'all real quick. This is titled, Do You Want a Partner or Partnership or a Pimp? So let me give you all the definition of what a partner is first, right? So the interwebs says that a partner is either of a pair of people engaged together in the same activity and or a person or group that takes part with another or others in doing something and or any of a number of individuals with interests and investments in a business or enterprise, among whom expenses, profits, and losses are shared, and or either member of a married couple or of an established unmarried couple. So the key to that is established. Whether you're married or not, y'all are established, okay? Don't worry about it, Rita. Come on, let's go. You in here now, sweetheart. Okay, so I gave y'all the definition of what a partner or partnership was so that we can have some context, Holly, some context to when we say, do you want a partnership or, you want a pimp? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should say sugar daddy because most of y'all ain't willing to give it up, to get it or get financial gain. So you might just have your little sugar daddy. You ain't really got to sell it to nobody else. But at either rate, so I already started off by saying I feel like if you work a job, you're supposed to contribute that to the bills. And the reason why I brought that up is because I pretty much hear maybe 4 or 5 main positions. One, on the kind of the drastic end, is someone who is a man or who is masculine of center saying, I feel like I'm a man, I'm grown. No, but saying, yeah, I'm supposed to pay all the bills. I want to take care of and I want to protect and provide for my family. Okay? I get it. And I made sure I told y'all that masculine of center women also feel this way as well about, being in a relationship with, I guess, feminine presenting women, if that's what you want to call it. Then I hear another position that usually says, well, I do help take care of the household. Even though I work, I pay for the grocery and I pay the light bill. So let me make sure, let me say that again. They will say, I work a full-time job, at least 40 hours a week, but I feel like my partner, spouse, boo thing, bae, buttercup, is supposed to pay the majority of the bills, including the mortgage or the rent. And what I'm supposed to pay is for the grocery and for the light bill. Okay. Then I hear another position that says, well, nah, we supposed to split that. We supposed to split that 50-50, okay? We splitting everything 50-50. We splitting chores 50-50. We splitting cooking 50-50. Shit, we 50-50. You pay half the bills, I pay half the bills. Okay? And then I think it's another perspective that I hear where it says, basically we just have everything separate. We may go half on like rent or something like that, but it may be like utilities, anything that's a household bill, but everything else we keep to ourselves. We keep our own loans, student loans, car notes, insurance, cell phone bills, whatever, what have you. We keep some of the stuff separate and we pay some of the stuff split in half. So I don't see anybody writing in the comments. So I'm guessing, y'all waiting on me to bash one of the positions, but I need you all to write something in the comments as to kind of sort of what truly is your ideal financial responsibility makeup for your relationship. So I want y'all to think about that and I want y'all to write it down. Okay? Y'all go ahead and type that in and I'm going to come back to you all and we're going to talk about some of the things that you all put. So let's start at the top. I'm going to start talking about some of the positions, but chime in, say what it is that you believe in, and we'll go from there. Now, I'm going to issue some disclaimers, okay? Number one, I started off by saying I felt like if anybody lived in a house with another person in a marriage, partnership, long-term relationship, then indeed, I feel like they should be putting something that is reasonable towards the household, right? My first disclaimer is that if you have children under the age of 3 and you all feel that one of the adults in that relationship, it is more feasible to stay home, I'm not talking about you. Okay, baby, I ain't talking about you. And I mean, yeah, okay. We know that you do whatever works best for your house, but I think that we all kind of just start out with an idea of what, we think it's supposed to look like or what we kind of want it to look like. And then we may, what do you want to call this? We may compromise based on the person that we done fell in love with and what their current position is at the time, okay? So back to what I was saying about if you have little kids at home and it just is more feasible and it just makes more financial sense for someone to not work and stay home, I ain't talking about you, okay? Now that we got that out the way, because I don't want, nobody who got children coming after me telling me, how being a stay-at-home mother is a job and all that, sis, I'm with you, okay? That's why I ain't got no kids now. So I understand that. Now, my position is I'm a proportionate person. I believe in proportions. I believe in percentages. I believe that when we put our net income together from what we bring into the house, if I bring in 70% of our net income, I believe I should be paying 70% of all of our expenses. I believe we take All of our expenses. I don't care if you owe the the cash checking folk. I think, who the people you get the advance payday loans. Listen, if I'm in love with you and we to the point where we're living together and I done gave you a ring and you done gave me my engagement motorcycle and we're going to get married. But at that point, that is how we are running our household. We are literally putting all bills, debts, everything in a pot together. And if I bring in 70% of our net, I'm not talking about what your salary is. I ain't talking about your gross. I'm talking about your net after they take all the taxes on out. When you wake up on either Thursday morning if you got USAA or Friday morning if you got Bank of America or Wells Fargo, what is in your bank account? That's what I'm talking about. So if I bring in 70% of our net income for our household, I feel I should be paying 70% of the bills. If you bring in 70%, you should be paying 70% of the bills. And the reason why is because how you be with somebody that make 3 times more than you and they want to split the bills in half. And that means whatever you all might have left, they have a whole lot more spending money than you. So I feel like if you all are trying to build an empire, right? You're trying to build and grow together. You're trying to pay off loans. You're trying to set up travel accounts. You're trying to set up savings accounts. You all may have some, literally some business goals that you all want to accomplish together. You can't really do that if one person feels like, well, shit, you take 90% of my money and you really only having to use 40 or 30% of your money. So where does that leave me? So that is pretty much my idea. I feel like that's equitable. Now, some would say, hell no. No. I ain't with that shit. And it would be mostly from the feedback that I've heard in groups and stuff like that. It would be because of 2 things. The first thing is they'd say, well, no, we ain't doing proportions. We splitting it. You know why? Because if I got a job that paid me $125,000 a year, now we talking about like living like Atlanta or Tallahassee, whatever. Not like New York, whatever. But if I'm up here, your ass need to be trying to get up here too. Okay? Some people truly believe like, I'm not even entertaining somebody who's not in, within, maybe a 15, 20% difference, plus or minus of my salary. Like, I don't want to talk to no motherfucker who around here making $30,000. I don't want to talk to you because I make $100,000 and you're going to be leeching off of me. Okay? Opportunist. So some people really feel like that. Like they truly feel like, nah, you got to be making a certain amount of money for me to date you anyway. That way, when we get to talking about the finances, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we already kind of close. So 50-50 don't look that bad. Or, a proportion really isn't that unbalanced because we kind of in the same bracket. Now, hold on real quick. We'll come over here to some of these things y'all saying. So someone said, if our income is the same, then bills and rent should be half. If my partner income is higher than the person making more should contribute more. Okay, I agree. Now we got somebody saying that is where being equally yoked comes in. Okay. We saying my 6 figures to your 50K don't match. Okay, sis, I hear you. Okay, I hear you. We probably have a whole nother discussion, about marrying up. Okay? Because I'm telling all the men and masculine the center studs and whatnot to marry their ass up. We tired of taking care of you. But anyway, we ain't gonna rant today. However, so some people say no, fuck that. Fuck that. No, we gonna split it because you need to grind and you need to be encouraged more to pull yourself up. Some people say that. And some people just say no about the proportions or the percentages because, they just feel like, hey, shit, I'm the one who killed the bugs, baby. I cut the grass, I open your door, and I'm the one who touches on your ass in public. So I'm supposed to take care of that. So don't worry about proportions. It says, I do want them to make as much as me. It makes it, says, to make as much as me, though, it makes it easier. I mean, absolutely. I mean, let me tell you something real quick. Sidebar. There's nothing worse than falling in love with a broke motherfucker. Listen, I'm not talking about you got in an accident, you lost your job, you got laid off. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody has finessed the fuck out of you, and now you're in love with somebody that, quite frankly, is a fucking bum. What do you do? So, I can't speak to that. I'm kind of mean when I date people, so they say. So I'm asking all the questions, all the fucking questions. So, okay, is there anybody listening who has the position of whoever is the masculine person is supposed to pay the fucking bills, baby? You supposed to pay the bills. I'm supposed to buy the groceries, and that's just what that is. That's what I'm supposed to do. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. I did see a couple of people saying 50-50. So you like, fuck that shit. I don't care how much you make. You split everything in half. And I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I know it's some people who have truly been traumatized in relationships where they have been, I'm going to be your ride or die boo. Shit, I know you trying to do better. You say you going to cosmetological school and shit. So I can see the glow up in you. I can see where you're going. I see your potential, So I'm going to ride with you because I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. And I know you only make $9.50 right now. I know that. I know. But I see the potential in you. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to carry the household. It doesn't matter my gender identity, my gender expression, whether I'm feminine, masculine. I'm just going to do what I got to do because I love you and we needed to work out. And they completely got burnt. Some people who have dated and married people who were significantly more immature than them, on top of, compounded with, they weren't there financially either. They may have had more debt. They may have had not so good credit, or a combination of all those things. And, they did it anyway and they got burned. That person burned them. That person used them. They tried to fuck out of them and they like, never the fuck again. I will never date somebody who is, more than a certain amount below me. And I understand that. I get it. And then you also have other people who say, well, look, I was married to somebody who told me to stay my black ass home or whatever color ass you have, polka dot. I don't discriminate with the conversations. But you have some people, that straight up say like, I was told it was okay to stay at the level I was on, knowing that if I did, I was happy with my job or whatever. I didn't need to have more. I could take care of myself. But that person was significantly higher, on a higher level than you, in a whole nother tax bracket than you. Or they asked you to stay home. And they put you in a place where when it did not work out, now you are trying to go back in the job market after 4 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 years because you couldn't get alimony or whatever it might have been. Like shit, you left that situation with nothing. So if you left that situation with nothing and you had to build from the bottom when technically you could have kept going and progressing in your own career and, all of that, but you put it on hold for them because that's something that they wanted. You agree with it. Hey, I could stay home and make chili. Who gives a fuck? And, that's what you decided to do. You may come into another relationship and say, absolutely not. I will not be in a situation where I'm not allowed to work or I'm not working and I'm not contributing because you're not going to get this entire house next time. You're not going to take all of our savings next time. Because technically, if you're not working, you're not contributing to the savings. And depending on which state you live in, they don't enforce the 50-50 rule. Things do not get split 50-50. So, I understand both of those. I understand both perspectives. And if y'all hear Pepe's ass, y'all just ignore him because I'm ignoring him. I'm going to put his ass in the room. I love you, Peps. Anywho. But yeah, so I can understand people experiencing different things and, they don't want to try that option again in a new relationship. So I see a couple of comments that says, also, if one person is financially more stable than the other, yet the other person fulfills all other needs, their contributions may not be monetary, yet beneficial. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Pepe real mad girl. I ain't studying that. I mean, I get that. But to me, let me think about this. I know what type of lifestyle I want to live. And in the root of this the root of this part of the conversation is going to be compatibility. Because if you meet someone and you all agree on a certain type of lifestyle, right? You got some people who are plain Janes and they don't require, they don't want expensive things. They don't care about trips to Aruba and the Maldives and different things like that. It's different dynamics. And they're okay with living a very, modest life. But if you all don't have the same lifestyle, you're going to get into a place where it's like, shit, well, you spending too much money on this or you spending too much money on that or whatever it might be. But, and I say that to say, I don't feel like all of my needs or that finances are at the top of my priority list in choosing a partner. It's not. Okay? So if one of your love languages are, gifts, or your main love languages, are gifts, and my main love language, which is tied, which is quality time and physical touch, you don't have to buy me shit because, baby, listen, I buy whatever the fuck I want for myself, okay? For myself. So that's not something that I actually look for in a partner. However, I do not like when someone wants a bunch of gifts, but they're never willing to give a gift. Talking about something of monetary value. So you don't have to necessarily, do things for me. I don't necessarily want you to do things for me that have a monetary value. Any woman I have ever dated knows, baby, if you cook for me, and it's good, okay? If you cook for me and you know how to talk to me, you probably can get anything you want from me. You could be living paycheck to paycheck, okay? Because, I ain't never lived with nobody I dated. No, sir. But you can be okay. You can be staying afloat, have money to live on, a little extra, money here and there, but not like a lot. You don't have to have a certain level. You just need to be able to take care of yourself. I'm not asking you to do anything for me that I can't do for myself. And I'm not even asking you to do a lot of things that cost money, but I need you to nurture me. You understand? So a woman who can nurture me over someone who can buy me what I want on any given day, the one who's the nurturer is going to win. So I get that. And I also get that, hey, you may not know how to cook. You don't want to cook. You have no plans on cooking. You have no intent on cleaning. And both of y'all are getting up and taking y'all ass to work. So, you may be like, look, I give her whatever the fuck she want that costs money. I pick up whatever bills she can't. I don't mind picking up extra bills because I know there's not a day in the week that ends with Y that I want to come home and cook. So, shit. It doesn't matter what they make because they give you everything else that you are looking for in a partner, and that is more valuable than money to you. So, okay, I understand that part. So let me read some of this stuff y'all writing in here. Okay, so real quick, someone said, but as a man, I was taught to handle all that. Well, that's a whole nother discussion, okay? That's a whole nother discussion about heteronormative standards that I do not have. Even though I am masculine and I want to protect my woman, we both got coochies. So we both got coochies. Most of the time we both got degrees. We both have careers. There is no way that I can understand that concept. I understand it, but I would never believe in that because we all should be pushing to be better versions of ourselves and to want to have as much as we can have to bring and uplift and build for our household. No one will ever convince me that 2 incomes are not better than 1. Okay? So, and I understand if you grow up in, somewhat of a tradition, as they say, traditional type of household, that you feel like the man is truly supposed to take care of bills. But I would say the last couple of companies that I've worked for, it was 90% women in upper level management or executive leadership. So I think that understanding or that perspective of the man is supposed to pay all the bills and do all of this and all that other kind of stuff is outdated. It's quite outdated at this point because there are no longer gender barriers to the extent to which they were, you know, when our grandparents were together and our great grandparents and even our parents. So some of those, it's not equal. It's not equal, but the gaps are not as big as they were 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So to me, it doesn't make any logical sense, especially, remember, if you all have no children or no children who are not school age that are going to school, for a woman to just stay home when y'all could be building together. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think that we also need to evaluate the things that we're teaching our young men about what really makes them a man. You understand? Men are physically stronger. I do feel like a man should protect his woman. I get it. Shit, some of us studs out here buff the fuck up. You know, we should probably be taking care of our woman. It's protection. Protection. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get some more. This says, what about people trying to start their own business? I get it. But you guys have to be on a certain level with a certain connection and a certain depth of trust in each other. And have many conversations and agree on you all starting that business. Even if it's someone else's vision, if all y'all money is being contributed into that business, you have to, of course, trust your partner enough to know that, hey, you know what the fuck you doing, or you've tried to learn as much as you can about it and feel comfortable enough with their plan to start that business to say, yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it. I'm going to go to work. And that, what I'm bringing home may subsidize the startup costs for our business. Because, bitch, listen, if you trying to start a business with money that I'm bringing in the house, that's our business, okay? And even if we married, let me clarify. If we're married and you follow your dream to work for yourself, that's still our goddamn business, okay? Because anybody out here who owns any type of business knows that when you're grinding and trying to make your business happen and pop, you need a lot of support. So if that other person is supporting you, helping you, editing shit, hey, get us a once over, what you think about this, allowing you to be working all late and traveling and all those other things that come along with working for yourself and being an entrepreneur, shit, they putting in work too. They are sacrificing some things that they want that you probably originally were giving them that they no longer have because they're giving you that cushion and that trust to start your own business. So fuck that. I believe in that, but I feel like, you know, you got to trust your partner because, you know, I can't be with somebody and they just come tell me anything. And I be like, yeah, go ahead and start your little bit. Nah, I'm going to have a bunch of fucking questions about our money. Okay? Okay, I'm going to try to go through the rest of these real quick. There are too many variables in my opinion. You never know what you'll allow. If I'm in a position to tell my wife she don't have to work, she doesn't have to. It's her option. Listen, I'm with you on that too. But I got to be making more than $250,000 a year. That's just me. I got to be making so much money that if motherfucking, I got to put down 5 G's on a car, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to go out here and buy some Rose de Parfum for $600 and it don't even put a dent in my pocket for me to feel as though it's not valuable enough for you to be working and bringing in money. Even if I made a lot of money or you made a lot of money, I feel like in my spirit, I wouldn't even be attracted to a woman. It just is like, I don't even think I would be attracted to a woman that even if she didn't have to work, she wouldn't have her own little hustle. She wouldn't be doing something. I feel like I'm attracted to women who like to grind. And even if they don't have to work hard and everything that they bring in, you know, it's adding to our household and we're still building off of it, that like, you know, she still is not going to want to sit idle all day. But yeah, honestly, if I made a whole lot of money and we could live the lifestyle we wanted to live with no worries in the world, I would absolutely be okay with my wife not working for someone. Yes. But she needs to sell some tumblers or some shit on the side. Okay. All right, let's see. He says, she can make her own money all she wants. If I can take care of it, then I got it. I commend you, brother. Hoorah. I got you. I feel you. But I still feel as though there would have to be, you know, and I got you. You saying that's what you were taught, so you understand that. That's how you feel. I got you. We can't help what we're taught. I think that sometimes, or a lot of the times, we're taught certain principles and it helps us develop a certain type of moral compass. And it's not until we experience some things or we just develop into who we are and we no longer agree with what we were taught. I was taught some things I flat out the fuck don't agree with. And I don't do it because I'm grown as fuck. But no. So I got that. So it says now I understand that because I buy myself whatever I want, yet acts of service is my love language. Now, what you must have is ambition and drive to do better and never become complacent. Absolutely. I feel as though that pertaining to that comment though, people like to, well, let me just say this. People like to make sure that, well, they like to make it sound like, you know, money isn't everything. Money truly is not everything, but money will break up a fucking relationship. Having disagreements with how you all decide to handle your finances will fuck up a relationship. You have somebody who is not on the same wave as you when it comes to financing, budgeting, taking care of financial obligations and shit. That shit has an impact on your relationship and whether it's really gonna work. And I'm sorry, no one can tell me anything different. Okay, I have not seen one person, you know, dismiss a motherfucker fucking up the money, other than somebody's like great grandma or some shit, you know, or whatever. But you guys have to be on the same page about stuff like that, right? And the reason I said that is because of the portion of your comment was saying you got to have ambition. Right. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. But you know, you have to have ambition and not be complacent. So I ain't bragging or nothing. I'm proud of my motherfucking self. But I have a few degrees and I have no fucking desire to go the fuck back to school. Under no circumstances, you probably could not pay me to go back to school. I really don't like school, but I went to school so the fuck I could get where I wanted to be based on what I needed to continue to excel. So depending on what type of job, the area that your job is in, some people don't need degrees at all. Some people just need certifications and continuing education credits or whatever it might be. I'm not pushing anybody to go to college who didn't want to go to college, but I wouldn't be dating you or marrying you in the first place if I did not feel like you could carry the weight or help distribute some of the financial burden in our marriage or relationship. Like I said, if I'm a millionaire or I'm making, you know, buku money, then, you know, I don't know. But still, I don't think I would be attracted to that. So I can understand a person saying, you know what, I don't want to obtain anything else. I don't want to do whatever. But where I agree with you on is, I feel like for the most part, some people's fucking companies are trash. I feel like everybody should be striving either on whatever job they're on that they're comfortable with that company or whatever. I feel like everyone should be striving to continue to progress and move up. Now, some people may disagree with that, but I don't believe in staying at a job for more than 2.5 to 3 years if there's no room for growth. Now, if I go looking for another job and that job that I'm looking for is giving me a significant increase in pay and it's exposing me to skills and situations and scenarios that I have not already experienced in my field, I will take that job, but I won't stay there very long if there's no room for growth. So I feel like depending on what it is that you do, I mean, if you own your own salon or you own your own restaurant, growth to you may not be anything else. It may be just making more money. It may be having another shop, but everybody doesn't want to manage more than one shop. So, you know, it depends. So to me, from that perspective, like, you know, I'm not going to be pushing you to grow if that is the height of what you wanted to do. Now, you can stay in the same shop, but find a way to make more profit off of retail sales within your shop. Like, I want you to always be striving to figure out what other ideas you have and how more can, you know, other ways for you to be creative. I do agree with that. But some people, shit, if I marry a motherfucker that's 50, 55 years old, because, baby, I'm looking for you, cougar, I want you in my life. If I do meet someone who's older, shit, they might have tapped out with wanting to keep progressing. They just may want to be comfortable for the next 10 to 15 years at their job that they love, getting paid good, getting their bonuses and their increases every year, and they don't want to do no more. I mean, you know. So I think that is, you know, could be a whole nother conversation, but I feel like if you tell me you are not where you want to be, and to some degree, I don't think you have reached the peak of where you could be, then yeah, I would want somebody who's motivated to get more, have more, and, you know, be a bigger impact or whatever it is, depending on your field as well. So Okay, wait a minute now. So somebody said, obviously I'm not a man, but that can be a lot of pressure. I think it's absolutely a lot of pressure. I think it's a lot of pressure to tell a man or someone who's masculine that you're supposed to carry all the financial burden. I will honestly say, me personally, not a lot of shit stress me out. Like, I might be stressed for like 2 minutes if like the customer service is bad or somebody fuck up my food. You know, I'll be stressed. I have like a brief like 2.5 minute, stress session over stupid shit sometimes, but I don't stay like truly stressed. Like, I can't sleep and I can't eat. And I'm trying to think about how to do this or how to do that, except when it comes to something financial. And I don't necessarily express it or worry about it. I pray, give it to God, and I keep it the fuck moving and say, I know it's going to figure itself out, and I do what I have to do to manifest that, you know? However, if there's anything that kind of even makes me a little bothered, it's something probably dealing with money. So I can only imagine the stress that a man who was taught, or anyone who is masculine of center, who feels as though they need to replicate the male figure in their life by bearing the entire financial weight. I just feel like that's unfair. You know, I don't feel like that's equitable. I don't feel like that's being supportive. Like I said, if we're speaking of two people who work, I definitely don't feel like you should be able to take your money and spend it on motherfucking nails, bundles, Gucci, Louis bags, sandals, and all that other bullshit. And you got somebody over here who may be struggling to make ends meet just so they can say that they pay all the bills. I think that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. Okay, someone said, yes, money and sex are the primary reasons for divorce. As a therapist, I see it. I'm guessing that's every day. Hey, and we talk about sex another time. But yes, money can be stressful as the fuck, okay? I ain't trying to be broke. Listen, I'm not trying to be broke. Let me get closer. I'm not trying to be broke, okay? Ain't no fucking way two people should be working in the house and y'all broke. Like, I don't make it make sense to me. How? And I'm going to add to that. I think women who see that their husband, stud, wife, husband, whatever the fuck it is, I feel like any woman who sees that her counterpart is struggling to pay the bills and have any energy left because they're just mentally drained, physically drained. They're doing everything they can to take care of the household on their own. And it's not like a reason like she need to be home and she don't get up off her ass and get a fucking job. That woman is trash. If it's two men in a relationship, I don't give a fuck who it is. If it's two people in a relationship and one is not working because they say they mama ain't work. So because Shirley didn't work, you feel like, I shouldn't work either. I'm a lady. I should be treated like a lady. And you see that man struggling, and y'all struggling to pay y'all bills, and y'all can't enjoy vacations, and, little shit like that, and you won't get up off your ass and work. Leave her. You are better by yourself, sir. Leave her. Sir, ma'am, whoever the fuck you are, leave her. I would never be with somebody who saw me struggling, could help but would not help, if that makes sense. So, trash. Says, now that is true. Money is not everything, but it will mess up a relationship if you don't have open and honest communication with each other. All facts. I mean, we could go all day about, stuff like that. But I think the root of all of this is being honest with yourself and being transparent and fully vulnerable with the person that you're going to marry. I require people to be, I won't say vulnerable. I don't bully anybody to do something like that. But I'm going to ask you some fucking questions. And I expect you to answer the questions. And if I find out you lying, you getting chopped. I don't have time for that. I feel like or at least me, I'm 36. We're at a point where we're too old to be playing games. Honestly, being honest should become easier the older you get. I mean, a person can't be mad at you for being honest. So while we may not be talking about what our salaries are, what's our debt, and what our car notes and all that shit cost us on, in the first week or the first month, I would never agree to live with someone and I didn't know that much information about them. Ever. I need you to be bare. Lay your shit bare on the table if you want me to actually look at you as a potential mate. And another part of this is I have seen and I have heard of people who kind of agree to live a certain type of life or lifestyle when they meet someone, but they may have evolved. So the current situation may no longer work for them. And, at first they agreed to, let you stay home. Yeah, they wanted that at first, but, some things have changed. Maybe their stocks hit a big hit. Who knows? And now they're like, I know you said you was going to stay home and I wanted you to stay home, but I think we need to make some changes in our lifestyle, and I think it would be a better idea for you to get a job. Or some people may have agreed to stay home, and now they're saying, well, yeah, I know I agreed to do that, but I kind of don't like the feeling I get. I don't feel like a whole person. I don't feel like I'm contributing to the household, and I feel like I need to get a job. Little Mikey is 4 now. He can go to VPK. I want to get a job. So, what do you do in that situation? Would you be open to that? Would you be open to either one or both of you all agreeing for that particular person, whoever it is in your relationship or marriage, to stay home and not work, and then them saying, well, I want to go to work now. Now you've gotten used to, a certain lifestyle. You come home, the house is clean, meals are cooked, and whatever is done, your clothes is folded up and everything. And they say, well, no, I want to work. I really want to work. I miss working. Some people just miss working. And would you be okay with somebody saying, I know I said I would work and everything, but working stresses me the fuck out and I don't want to work anymore? Would you be okay with them then wanting to quit and stay the fuck home? So, would you be okay with that? Okay, someone says here, I don't feel like we live in a world now where you can live in a one household income unless someone is making major money. Honestly, I think you can. And you know why I say that? Because many people live in a residence, whether they're renting or in a home, and they live by themselves and they're taking care of all their bills by themselves. And if you live modestly and if you ain't working, so let me put it like this. Some people will make the sacrifices of luxury so that they can truly live off of one person's salary. There are plenty of people who do it. Shit, if you home, you don't need your own car. So that means I'm not paying a car note and I'm not paying insurance. Or you got a cash car. You got a car that's paid off. So our goal was to pay off your car so we don't have a car note. And for you to be on the insurance is only, I don't know who these people are, but only $50 extra a month. So let's say you have enough salary or income. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but let's just say you make $85,000 or $90,000 a year. Let's say you don't have any debt, no credit card bills, no student loans. You can live off of 90 grand, even in Atlanta, if you don't stay somewhere where it costs you $2,500 a month to live. You can get you somewhere nice. You can get you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or even a 1-bedroom if y'all don't have a whole bunch of shit. And you can live somewhere for $1,500 or less in a lot of places. Now, I ain't talking about California and New York and shit like that. But if you all are willing to sacrifice luxuries, you can live on a lot less. It's plenty of people who do it. It's people who want to live a certain lifestyle, but they're trying to pay off debt. They're trying to get things in order, trying to build their credit scores up and all that kind of stuff. And they take they will do a huge sacrifice. They will go ahead and bear a huge sacrifice to live in luxury so that they can make sure that they take care of all their financial obligations. And if that includes wife staying home, that's what they do. And a lot of people do the same thing when they decide to have children. Because they say, well, shit, daycare costs $500 a week, but I ain't got fucking extra $500 a week. Shit. So that's $2,000 a month where you only bring in $1,200 a month. I'm just throwing out numbers. If it costs more in daycare than what that one person brings in for the entire month, it makes sense for them to stay home. If the other person has a career and a job or whatever that pays for the health insurance and all that kind of stuff, it makes more sense for them to stay home. I'm just saying. I think for me, we now live in a world where the luxuries are so valuable to us and mean so much to us, or the game has changed. We're no longer going to work, working our asses off, and not enjoying some of the money that we're making. You understand? We no longer want to work jobs where we only have enough to live on. We don't have enough to be alive and out here enjoying the world, concerts, travel, seeing the world. So I think we tend to work harder so we can enjoy those things, you know? So yeah. Last comment here says, that's why there are too many variables. If you're honest, you'd have take each situation as it comes. This is not a black and white thing. Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely not black and white. It's not black and white. Because I've been in a major accident before and I was out of work for 3-4 months. But I also had supplemental insurance plans that covered my full salary while I was gone. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't like if I was married, my household would have been without. But it's a lot of people who don't get those. So if you don't have that type of coverage or backup plan to support your household, somebody may have to go and do overtime every week. Somebody may have to get 2 or 3 jobs. You may have had a well-paying job with a company that's going bankrupt or being dissolved, and you've lost your decent paying job, and now you're without a job. And it's been really hard for you to find a job. And now you've been looking for 2 months to find a job. So you Ubering, cleaning assholes and wiping down toilet stools or whatever you have to do. And when you hit some turbulence in your marriage or your relationship, I don't feel like you should be in anybody's face saying, well, fuck it. What we agreed to was you was going to pay 45% of the bills. No, you shouldn't even want to be with a person like that. If they can't understand that you all are in it together. Remember, I started off with the definition of a partnership. If you all are not partners, you're not going to make it. I mean, you know, so when it's good, y'all need to be partners. In my opinion, when it's good, y'all should be partners. Y'all should both be going in. Y'all should both be trying to take y'all higher to the next level and the next level and the next level. And when it's bad, y'all should be partners. Somebody, and my God, we don't have that much time left, but my God. The other part of this is, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Get you somebody who has enough to support you all. It may not be in salary right now, but they have enough ambition and grind in them to be able to at least almost hold a household down should you lose your job. So, again, one could say what you make is not the world to me, and I don't have any boundaries on that. Fuck that shit. Marry up. Hello? Date up or at your fucking level so that if some shit go wrong, y'all ain't out here on motherfucking street shit. Okay. I mean, I'm done ranting to y'all. I sure do appreciate y'all input. If anybody wants to call the hotline, y'all can call it now to say anything that you would like to say or your input. I'm going to put you on the speakerphone here. I'm going to put you so everybody will be able to hear you. So we're going to just devote the last maybe 10, 15 minutes, if y'all want, to people calling in, providing some feedback that you didn't feel like typing or that I may not have seen for you. So if you want to call in, go ahead and hit the line. And while we wait to see if anybody wants to call in for the next few minutes, remember, subscribe, okay? This is just the first episode. We got a lot more coming, a lot more topics. And really quick, if you have topics that you would like to discuss, you hear me? Email them to preezydating@gmail.com. PREEZYDATING@gmail.com. If you want to write a letter and you want your letter to be a letter to Shay Preezy, and we go ahead and put that out there for other people to comment on, send a letter to me. I will keep it completely anonymous. If you feel as though you are a subject matter expert, I see Tyra's on here saying, she's a therapist. If you have a show, a concept for the show, or a particular topic that you're noticing that comes up a lot, in the couples that you're counseling, or even in individual traumas, whatever it might be. If you notice a trend, hit me up if you want to talk about it, and we'll figure out a way for both of us to be on the show at the same time if we can, okay? I'm getting word that you guys need to like. So do that. Go ahead and get the likes up. Get the likes up so that way if your homie looking for some talking about finances and all them other things and whatnot, they can see this video. This video will be available. I am going to publish it on my YouTube channel if you want to come back and watch it. All right, then, shit. We ain't got no phone calls. I definitely enjoyed you guys. I think we had a good conversation. And I'm pretty much going to say, like, if you ain't got no kids, bro, and you go to work 40 hours a week, listen, don't be in this house taking care of nobody, daughter or son. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck how good the dick is, the coochie, or the meal. Everybody got to work. By 10 o'clock, should nobody be in the house? Hello? All right, y'all. Hit me up on PreezyDating.com. Follow this YouTube channel. Appreciate you. I'm going to go get Pepe out the room now.